Okay, so today I'm gonna be ranking all the warbonds in Helldivers 2. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and be as objective as I can. So obviously there are some warbonds that are really good here. I think there's like maybe 19. Well, there's a good amount of warbonds, and the game has been out for quite some time. So I'm going to be as objective as I can. I'll be checking like some of the good stuff in the Warbond, especially weapons or armor passives or boosters or stratagems or whatever, right? I'll be checking them, and I'll be just, I guess, giving the most objective opinion that I can with my hours in the game. So without further ado, I guess let's just get right into it. So obviously, first of all, I'm gonna put this in S tier. Why do I do that? It's because this Warbond actually gives you like super credits. It gives you super credits, and it just gives you like stuff that you need. And actually, Diligence is actually a decent weapon. 165 damage, 25 rounds in the magazine. You can kind of spam it, and with the upgraded attachments, the recoil is quite manageable. I would bring this for Terminids, Automatons. If you shoot them once in the head, for the rocket devastators and the machine gun devastators, they'll actually go down. So it's actually not bad. The submachine gun is one-handed, so it's okay if you want to run around. Like if you need a one-handed weapon while carrying a black box or something running towards the objective. And why this is S tier is because this is so important. Helldivers come out of the Hell Pod fully stocked with ammo. This booster is really strong. I think all the low level people, like level 30 around there, they like if they don't have any other warbond, taking this is always good. Then basically this warbond kind of gives you everything. Diligence counter sniper is good. It's just the aiming is the sway is harder and the aiming is harder, but it's medium armor pen. So yeah, out of most of the stuff, I would say the +1 Scorcher is one of the strongest weapons in the game. And I think if you just bring a supply pack and with this weapon, you can kind of destroy a lot of stuff. Like, cause it does 200 damage, it's medium armor pen and explosive. So basically, you don't need to think, you just aim and shoot at whatever and it'll die. Now, of course, for Terminates, they're the small orange bugs or the ones that fly to you. That I recommend switching to like your secondary pistol. But other than that, this is a really strong weapon. So that's why this here is in S tier. So next up on the list is Steeled Veterans. So Steeled Veterans, honestly, the only reason why I would get it is really if you hate the Shriekers in Terminids. Like the Breaker Incendiary is good. It's because you don't need to think, they just fly at you and you shoot. But if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't come with a lot of ammo, so you really have to be good with your trigger finger. And also it like comes with a drum mag. Yes, it's incendiary, but this thing's only really good in Terminids. The armor passive, the grenades, everything is like not really worth. I mean, Liberator concussive, no matter what and how they buff it, even though it comes with a drum mag, I think it's just like not a good weapon, right? Like it's always better to kill stuff rather than to just CC to crowd control. And this weapon, it only does like 75 damage, and it's a stunning weapon, which is kind of like below average. Like, why should I stun something when I can kill it, you know? I mean, if you hate Hulks for automatons, the Senator is good, but it's got like kind of a long reload. So the problem with this gun is if you shoot 5 times into the revolver, I don't know why they don't just speed load the entire thing, even though you shoot maybe 3 bullets, but you load it one by one. So if you shoot once, you load 1 bullet. But if you empty all 6 rounds, yes, there's a speed loader reload animation. And it's heavy armor pen, so if you shoot at the Hulks, at the red eye, it's actually like pretty good. You have to shoot at it maybe like around 7 to 8 times, or 8 to 9. And if you hit at the eye directly, yes, this thing has a potential to take out hulks and even like the gunships, but I really don't recommend doing that. It's, yeah, like with the reload time, and then also you've got like other enemies shooting at you. So honestly, I don't, even though the Dominator here, this Jar Dominator, is like kind of a decent weapon, like for Terminids, because everything is close range and it shoots a very slow projectile, 275 damage per projectile, and 15 ammo capacity per magazine. I think you can carry like 6 or 8 magazine, I'm not sure, but it's not bad. But the reload time, it's okay, it's average. Like, yeah, for Terminids it's okay, but for automatons, some people like it, some people don't. In my opinion, I used this before, it's okay. Like for really long distances, you have to account for bullet travel, because the projectile does take time to travel. But since it's jet propelled, so it just sort of goes straight, I don't think you have to account for trajectory. So it's not bad, but because the projectile travel time is so noticeable, I would just consider this weapon like niche. Like if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. So this Warbond, in my opinion, it's probably going to be in the D tier. Yeah, it's a very, very mid Warbond, in my opinion. Like, it's okay. Senator is okay if you don't like automatons, but like spending 1000 super credits just to get this, and then with a very mid armor passive, and like, this thing is not even good if you don't die a lot. Flexible reinforcement budget, in my opinion, I think it's just useless. So yeah. So next up on the list, okay, cutting edge, one of like the first Warbonds ever released for Helldivers 2. Now back then, this gun used to be really strong. Like when the game first came out, for I mean, it is still good. Don't get me wrong, this gun is still good for automatons, but it's light armor pen, and there's a sort of like a starting wind up when you shoot the gun. This sickle, last 16. So there's like a delay. But if you aim and you shoot in the first person view with the automaton's heads, they will go down, I think, in 1 or 2 bullets. And basically this thing has like almost no recoil. So it's, I mean, essentially it's like a Star Wars laser gun. So it is pretty good, but you have to control yourself, because this thing, if you overheat it, you just have to change the heat sink. So technically it has unlimited ammo, and it does fire faster than the double-edged sickle, which is in another Warbond. And personally speaking, I prefer this weapon over the double-edged sickle, just because of the higher fire rate, and also because it doesn't damage you. Localization confusion is a very it's a hit or miss. Now when this first came out, I don't think a lot of people know what this does, but if I'm not mistaken, what this does is it sort of lowers the spawn rate, or it changes how patrols work, or lowers the spawn rate, I'm not sure. But basically what this does, I think now, because they changed it, is basically they have less patrols spawn and less patrols go to your position. I swear, when I'm playing this game, a lot of patrols, sometimes they just walk up to me when I'm doing a sieve artillery or a side objective, and if you don't like that, then I guess this is kind of good for you. But you know, like, there's so many other things that's more worthwhile bringing, in my opinion. The armor passive is, I don't know what to say really. Like, it's a very hit or miss. Like, if your entire team brings that arc guard dog, then yeah, this thing can like save you, but it doesn't stop the damage. Like, yes, 95 resistance to arc damage. So if you're fighting Illuminates and then you're like crouching, or you didn't notice a lightning spire, those Tesla towers, yes, you can survive it. It's not a one shot. But to just bring this armor for Illuminates, I think it's like there's better options. Like the Siege Ready, in my opinion, is a really good armor passive, which is in a later Warbond that I'll be talking about. And this weapon, this Punisher Plasma, no matter how they buff it, and I've tried to use it, it's like it's not even mid. In my opinion, I think it's just such a crappy weapon. It's got a trajectory, and the projectile has this yes, it's medium armor penetrating explosive, 225 damage, but you've only got like 10 shots, and even then, like bringing this to terminates, it doesn't kill enemies efficiently, and I don't think you can close bug holes with this weapon, even though it says here explosive. So I won't consider this weapon for this Warbond. I just wouldn't consider this weapon at all. Like Blitzer, so it's unlimited ammo, yes, capacity is unlimited, but then it's just a weaker version of the Arc Thrower, and in my opinion, Arc Thrower is a very weak support weapon. Like, it's out of meta. Like, why would I bring Arc Thrower for automatons? Like, it doesn't make sense. I would rather bring anti-tank, like recoilless rifle, or the anti-tank emplacement, or something that can like kill hulks or like medium to heavy armor. This Blitzer is just like an Arc Thrower. Is this Warbond is clearly D tier, clearly, yeah. But these are very early Warbonds, so yeah. So next up, now this is an S tier Warbond. Everyone that plays Helldivers 2, this is the like, if your account on Steam you have less than 100 hours and you want to farm super credits, this is the Warbond that you have to farm for. Why? Because it's the best. It comes with thermites. This thing, you just throw it once on a Hulk, it sticks on them and they die. And on a charger, you just throw it on a charger, sticks on them. After a certain amount of time, you just kite the charger and it dies. Very strong. Yes, you only get like, I think 3 per spawn if you have the Hellpod optimization, but this thing is so strong, and if you don't want to aim at the automaton fabricators, you can just like stick this onto them and it'll destroy. Can stick this onto turrets as well. Like, this thing just destroys anything, but obviously you need some skill. You need to aim and stick it on the thing, which in some combat scenarios in Super Helldive can be a bit annoying. But this is just because of this, it's S tier. This BR14 Adjudicator is also a really good assault rifle. It's 95 damage, medium armor pen, so it's kind of, you don't need to think, you just aim and shoot. But it has 30 rounds, which is not a lot of ammo in the magazine, considering like you're fighting, if you're in Super Helldive, you're gonna reload this thing like more often than you think. But the trade-off is you can kind of just aim at whatever and just shoot. So I still think this is really strong. Plus 95 damage. That's actually like one of the highest damaging medium armor pen assault rifles there is. The armor passive is also good as well. Gives you 2 extra throwable and reduced recoil. Like, this is okay, but this increased like the extra grenades that you come with spawn, it's just so valuable if you're fighting automatons and what. So it's actually a really good armor passive. This expert extraction pilot is, I don't know, people bring it if you're I guess, like, if you want to do a mission fast, you're like trying to help a person like who just started, like go from level 1 all the way to level 10, then yeah, sure, I guess this can speed things up. But like at the lower levels, it's like not hard to fight, and on the higher levels, like, yeah, sure, you can bring this, but on the higher levels, there's just other boosters that just give you more value, you know, other than this. Like, yes, it does cut down the time very noticeably. The Pelican pilot does come down like quite fast, but I still think there's other things that's more worthwhile bringing. This weapon is strong. R36 Eruptor is one of the, like, some people, I think they swear by this weapon. It's really strong. It's the only, I think, heavy armor pen primary weapon that you have. So technically, this thing, you can take out turrets, like those small annoying turrets that like shoot at you really fast in automatons. Yes, this thing can take them out, but it's really slow, it's very clunky, and you can't use this in close range. Yes, it's heavy armor pen with shrapnel and 455 damage. So if you do bring this to automatons, and if you're at a range, it's like quite nice to use. But anything medium to close range, and especially super close range when it comes to Terminids, this thing can actually kill your allies, or you could accidentally like kill yourself, because this thing has like quite a big blast radius, and sometimes the shrapnel hits you, and the shrapnel does like a lot of damage. But this thing is a very good weapon. If you know how to use this, it's S tier, and with the siege armor passive, you just get more ammo, you reload faster. This weapon is still really strong. This armor has the same armor passive as that, so enough said. Grenade pistols, it's like S tier as well. This is used for, I mean, you can bring it for automatons to like you know, shoot at devastators. I think it's like 2 grenades to destroy like maybe a group of, like if they're very close together, maybe 3 devastators or 4 with like 2 grenades. But what this grenade pistol is actually used for is for destroying bug holes or those fabricators. Instead of throwing your nades, like if you brought thermites, this thing is basically your substitute grenade thrower, so you can destroy like stuff with this. Basically, it's more of a utility weapon. Like, yes, you can use it offensively, but it only comes with like 6 grenades. But at the same time, 6 grenades is not bad. It'll help you for an engagement, then you can call down a resupply. But I would say it's more of a utility weapon, and it's pretty good at doing its job. And exploding crossbow, now this one is very good as well. So the difference between the eruptor and the exploding crossbow is that exploding crossbow has like sort of a slightly higher rate of fire, and it's got like, I guess technically like faster bullet velocity. But the downside is it's got like, because it's shooting arrows, you'll notice like significantly at distances you're gonna have to lead your target. And at mid to close range, this is kind of dangerous. So the hunters, like those Terminid hunters, they jump at you and you shoot this. Like if they jump right in front of you, you'll most probably like die. Like the explosion just insta kills you. Like if you're wearing light or medium armor. But I think heavy armor you might survive. You might like take that with a grain of salt. But exploding crossbow is really good. Can close bug holes as well. And it's one-handed as well. This and this are both one-handed. So if you're like doing those objectives where you need to go to find the black box, or you need to call down a SSSD, this weapon is actually not bad. Like while holding the objective, you can shoot, and it also works with the deployable shield and the halo shield, the backpack shield. Like it's pretty good, but it's also very niche. But like some people really like this weapon. It's very good for automatons, since automatons are really slow. You just aim and shoot, and it does a lot of damage. This Warbond is easily S tier. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, S tier. This is S tier. So next on the list, we have Polar Patriots. So this Warbond now really depends. It's mid, in my opinion. It's mid. Like, okay, sure, the pummeler has buffs. Incendiary impact is kind of okay. Like for Terminids, it's not bad. It does what the impact grenade does, but it has like a lingering like incendiary effect. So it's pretty okay. Like it's alright. But I wouldn't get this Warbond like as something that I would, but some people, they really like this weapon. So I guess the only real reason you would get this Warbond is for the Purifier. And why do I say that? It's because the Purifier, there are 2 ways to kind of shoot this gun. So there's a spammy sort of shooting where you can just spam left click, and then you'll do the minimum damage. It won't do the full 500 damage. 500 is only the fully charged. So like, yes, you can spam it at close range. It's still explosive, but it's much safer. While at longer ranges, you can sort of like hold down this charge, and it will, you know, do the full 500 damage. So for automatons, it's really good. For Illuminates, it's like really, really good as well. As you can see here, the fire rate, and it's medium arm pen and explosive. So it's not bad, but the difference between this and the Scorcher is that if you want to max the damage, you have to charge it up. So some people like it, some people don't, but it's a pretty strong weapon. And then there's this verdict as well. So instead of just having the normal peacemaker where it's light armor pen, this one's 140 damage with medium armor pen. Like, it's not bad, but it's not that great either. Like, this sort of a pistol where it's just reliable. You have it on you, and then if like emergency backup, oh shit, I need to reload. Yeah, this weapon like is sort of there. Like, it helps you. It can help you a lot. Like, it's okay. Like, it gives you a lot of value. Since it's medium armor pen, you can sort of just shoot at automatons or those overseers, and it does fare better. I think a lot more DPS than the peacemaker. But the peacemaker against targets where there are like not medium armor, peacemaker just kills them faster because you can spam that pistol faster, and it does 100 damage with more magazine capacity, and it's like more accurate, while this one has like more recoil. So the follow-up shots for this one is a bit slower, but nonetheless it's a reliable sidearm. Pummeler is okay, like compared to the normal SMG. Compared to, where is it? So compared to the SMG 37 Defender, this one does 110, while this one does 85. But what this does is it staggers. Like, some people like it. For automatons, it's not bad, because if you stagger them, it's like easy to land headshots, and then you can kind of take out devastators easy. So this is like a mix between a damage sort of CC weapon. Like, it's okay. But then again, like, for when I compare both of these and in like gameplay scenario, honestly, dealing more damage just feels better, especially when it comes to terminates. Like, yes, this can stun the stalkers that like sort of run at you if you shoot them enough times, but this can sort of like DPS faster. So I guess it like depends what you want. Yeah. Yeah, like, it's a very mid Warbond in my opinion. Like, but like, the weapons are okay. Like, if you were to get this Warbond, it would be for the guns, not so much for the armor or armor passive, because Tenderdizer is a very strong primary weapon. But it's only light armor pen. You have 105 damage. So this is, I think, one of the highest damaging assault rifles, but it's only light armor pen. And the problem with this assault rifle is that it's really only got 35 rounds, and it's only light armor pen. So if you're fighting in terminates and you're shooting at a stalker, it's really good. But if you're shooting at those like hive guards, the moment they have medium armor pen, this assault rifle is like, well, I wish I brought something else, you know? I wish I brought something more reliable. Like, it's good, but it's not that great. The thing about Helldivers 2 is medium armor pen is just such a valuable thing to have, because, like, yes, light armor pen does more DPS, but what's the point of doing more DPS if they just have medium armor and your bullets don't go through? So that's why people usually, they always bring medium armor pen, because you don't need to think. You just aim and shoot, and it's damage and they die. Like, yes, it does cost more ammo to shoot medium armor pen, because most of them deal less damage, but it's just more reliable. It's easier to use, especially against like terminates, like those hive guards, or like those terminates that have like medium armor pen, the rupture strain especially, and also for automatons, like, you don't need to really aim, you just shoot. But for automatons, if you just headshot them once, those devastators, they do go down. So it kind of like depends. So for automatons, I would still bring medium armor. Like, there's just no question about it. Like, yes, this assault rifle is nice to have, like, if you know you're gonna be shooting a lot. Like, if you bring a very reliable support weapon like autocannon or the belt fed grenade launcher. But other than that, I think, like, if you're not and you're completely relying on your primary to do a lot of stuff, then I think this assault rifle isn't as good as like the 100 damage here. Like, yes, it's a lot of DPS, but it's not that good in the bigger picture. So this Warbond, it's going to maybe be a C tier. I'll put it above these two. These two are just so bad. So next up we have Viper Commandos. So for Viper Commandos, honestly, the only reason why you would actually get this Warbond is for this booster right here, Experimental Infusion. In addition to restoring health, stims temporarily increase movement speed and damage reduction. So this thing can actually save you. In like Super Helldive, if you're getting ragdolled, like before you get ragdolled, you know, all the Devastator and whatnot shooting at you, and you just stim, even though you're full health, you just stim. This thing can actually help you tank like a lot of damage, even with medium armor. Light armor, you like kind of die a lot faster, but nonetheless this thing helps you tank more damage, and I think it increased the duration of the stim itself. So when you stim, you run faster, you get all your health back, and then also it's like takes longer to run out of stamina. So this is like an S tier booster in my opinion. Like you wouldn't get the Warbond for this weapon. Like it's okay, like it's 400 damage, but light armor penetrating. Yes, it has the volley shot. It's cool, I guess. You can maybe one shot a stalker with it and then reload 3 times. Like it's okay for terminates. Like this weapon also, Liberator Carbine, has a higher fire rate, same damage as the Liberator, maybe a faster reload. But like with all things considered, the guns and the armor passive, like the armor passive is okay if you want to bring like a heavy machine gun around, or a machine gun or autocannon. Like it helps you aim your support weapons better. But like the only reason you would really get the Warbond is for this. This infusion is really strong, and it's also very niche. So I wouldn't recommend like getting this Warbond like right off the bat if you start the game, unless you really want to, like, you know, you like Predator or something, because like this is okay, Bushwhacker is okay, Liberator Carbine is like, yes, it's on paper like higher DPS than the normal Liberator, but ammo consumption is a thing in this game. If you shoot up all your bullets too fast, it's, you know, and they don't do any damage, then like you'd rather just have a weapon with a slow rate of fire and you know, easier to shoot, rather than something that fires faster with a lot more recoil, because this does have more recoil. So in my opinion, the only reason you get this Warbond is for this. Throwing knives are like basically useless in my opinion. Like I wouldn't get the Warbond just for the throwing knife. Like there was never any scenario, even in the commando missions, where I think the throwing knives are good. Like in Super Helldive, where you're like outnumbered like 1 to 50, or you like throwing knife, just like, no, it's not worth it. Just bring like a thermite or something. It's just much better. Yeah. It's D tier. It deserves to be in D tier. It's okay. Maybe not D tier. Like I'll put it in C tier just because of that. Because I'm ranking this entire Warbond in general, and just getting a Warbond for that one thing, it's like gonna be in between. But because that one thing is so good, I'm just gonna put it in C tier. Yeah. So next is Freedom's Flame. I don't even need to say much. I think this one like belongs in D tier. Now, like Cookout, this gun is not bad for terminates. So what this shotgun has is, it's like rounds reload. So if you shoot once, you can just reload. Like a shotgun, it's rounds reload, and it's incendiary. And this shotgun, it pushes the terminates back. So if you have like stalkers or hunters and whatnot, it like just pushes them back. It gives them like a mini stun, and so you can kind of stun lock enemies with this gun. So it's not bad, and it's incendiary as well, 320 damage. So it's like really, it's in all things considered, this is one of the best shotguns in the game in my opinion, because it's sort of stun loss. You can kind of bring it to automatons. It kind of works because incendiary damage just goes through. but it's a shotgun, so at like longer ranges where automatons are shooting at you, it's like not that good. But for terminates, it's like really good. If you don't want to bring and you hate stalkers, just bring this thing. Like it mini stuns them, and also like against the medium to small enemies, it's not bad as well. Comes with a decent amount of ammo capacity from the hell pod. But why I put this in D tier is because of this weapon. This Flam Torture and this Crisper. This Crisper does 380 damage and this Torture does 300. Like, how does that make sense? This is a primary weapon and this is a secondary weapon. Like, to me, like, that's the whole reason why, like, I'm putting this in D tier. And you like really don't like, okay, sure, this fire armor passive is good if you want to use the double-edged sickle or you're fighting on a planet like Hellmire with fire tornadoes. But like this primary weapon just sucks because you got a support flamethrower that like has more range and does the same thing. You might as well just bring a different primary weapon that can help you in more situations, you know? Like yes, this does 380, but like it's got a shorter range, and then if you're trying to kill a charger with this or anything that's like big, you gotta like kind of stand there and be immobile and like shoot at it, and it's just so bad. Like Crisper, I can see the use as a secondary weapon, you know, it's like a pocket flamethrower, and like yes, flamethrowers can light the ground on fire, so terminates are like swarming you, you can shoot this on the ground and it'll go on fire, and then like they'll take fire damage, and it like yes, it's a noticeable amount of tick damage. So I think like Crisper is good, like okay in my opinion. It's not the best because the range is really short, so I wouldn't like directly aim at the enemy and shoot. I would just like use this as a like a keep out tool, you know, like to shoot at the ground at when terminates are coming, or like as your last resort when your primary and support weapon runs out of ammo and you're fighting terminates. I would only bring this for terminates. I would not bring this for illuminates or automatons. Like yeah, sure, illuminates, there's like quite a few melee units, but like even then it's just better to bring a secondary that can deal with like more stuff. This Warbond just deserves like D tier. It's just D tier. Freedom's Flame is like really bad. Unless you want to get the cookout, but then like the normal shotgun already does the same thing. Like it knocks them back, it just doesn't have an incendiary effect, and it's like 400 damage, so it's, you know, like even then like it's very hard to justify this Warbond. I don't recommend this Warbond at all. Like just get this if you want it. Next is Chemical Agents, and this Warbond is also going to be in the D tier. It is very simple and straightforward. Why it's going to be in the D tier is because gas as a status effect and as sort of a damage type, like it's only really good for crowd control CC. Like yes, the gas guard dog is good, but like yeah, you can kind of bring it to illuminates, automatons, and terminates. Like you can bring this to all three fronts, and then basically what this does is when it sprays them, it sort of blinds them, it confuses them, and then they don't land their shots, they don't hit their shots. Like it's good, it's not bad. I mean, it's okay. Like for me, I bring this if I really hate terminates. Like if I don't want to think, I just like, especially for the hive worlds, the gloom, like yeah, this guard dog is really valuable because in the cave where you can't call down stratagems, this just gives a lot of value. Like yeah, it's pretty good, but this sterilizer, like this is just a support weapon that does what this guard dog does, and in my opinion, like why would you even need this when you already have a guard dog? Because gas does not, like, it's not like flame. It doesn't like damage them when you shoot the flame at them. This is like just straight up status effect damage over time, and it like blinds them. And then also like if you're being chased, you kind of have to switch to this thing and like spray them down. Like yes, maybe they might run away, but if the swarm is too big, and especially for automatons, I think this thing is like pretty bad. I wouldn't get it. But the reason I would get this Warbond is for this grenade. It's this G4 gas grenade. I think it's one of the best grenades in the entire game, in my opinion. Because number one, it's a gas explosion. Number two, it's explosive. So if you chuck this down automaton fabricator, it actually destroys them. And for the Volks engines as well, like you can shoot the 3 vents at the tracks and then you chuck this. If it lands, it's a one shot because it's explosive damage. And technically, it does deal like explosive damage. The initial explosion plus the gas dot is like good. So like I would consider this maybe C tier, but the stim pistol is like a meme. Like you only really bring this because you're like playing with your friends and you want to cosplay medic. Like yeah, that's why you would bring the stim pistol. But the only 2 things worth getting in this Warbond is a dog breath and this gas grenade. Like if you get this gas grenade and it's not even guaranteed to outperform the thermite, because the thermite you just stick it on the surface, it's guaranteed to explode. But the only reason why I say this is good because you just get more. You spawn with more. I think you spawn with 4 of these and you only get 3 thermites. So if you bring the armor passive where you get more grenades, I think you get 6 of these gas grenades. But even then, I still think thermites are better. So yeah, this Warbond is like, I think I'll put it in C tier. Yeah, like it's hovering around C and D tier, but because of what it has, it's like clearly it's better than Freedom's Flame. So yeah, it's C tier. Freedom's Flame is garbage. Okay, next Warbond, Truth Enforcers. So this Warbond, a lot of people like to cosplay the Truth Enforcer cosplay. I mean, the armors do look cool. The drip is cool. You look like it gives off the Star Wars vibes, you know, like Order 66 kind of vibe. But anyway, why people mainly get this Warbond is for this submachine gun here. And I think that's kind of it. The armor passive is pretty good too. So what this does is when you're shooting back, like automatons are shooting you and you get hit, you don't like flinch, so it's easier for you to shoot back at them accurately. While for the rest of the armors, you sort of flinch. So say if you're using like a recoilless rifle, suddenly you get shot and then at the same time you shot like the rocket and it missed, and you just wasted like your recoilless, bro. So like that's why this armor is pretty good in my opinion. Like a lot of people brought this for Cyberstan and I can see why. Unflinching is pretty good, like, and it also gives like extra armor, like extra 25 armor rating, which like, you know, can save you. Like you will, some attacks like will bring you to 1 HP, but then you can stim back up to like full health. So like it's not bad. Actually, it's a very like sort of underrated armor, but it's pretty good. Like even the light armor is like 75, so it's not bad. It's like only 25 armor rating away from like 100, which is a medium armor rating. So like these armors are pretty good. And also this plus 15 loyalist is a very underrated weapon. Like I don't see people bringing this, but when I bring this, I like destroy a lot of stuff with it, especially when it comes to automatons. It's very efficient weapon, a lot of ammo, and it's like for a secondary weapon it's like kind of strong, and also it's like explosive and medium armor pen. For a secondary weapon, that is like kind of strong, yeah. But mainly the reason why people get Truth Enforcers, apart from the emote cosplay, this emote is very nice, is for this submachine gun. So why? So this submachine gun is 140 damage, medium armor pen, so it sort of does the same damage as the Verdict, which was in I think Polar Patriots, and it's a very strong submachine. Like basically, I'll consider this the UMP45 of Helldivers 2. So it only comes with like 25 rounds, but it's medium armor penetrating and like 140 damage. And if you do upgrade like all the attachments, the sights and everything for this gun and the muzzle, like it's very accurate, and like it just like you can just shoot this at anything and it destroys it. Like this 140 damage is more damage than I think like a lot of like most of the assault rifles in the game. 140 damage is just so much. Like even the Coyote, which is one of the best assault rifles in the game, doesn't really deal as much DPS as this close range. But I only recommend this like mid to close range, because at longer ranges the damage does fall off, and you do deal less damage even though it's medium armor pen. But this submachine gun, I think, like when you come down from the help pod, if you have the help pod optimization booster, the one that gives you ammo, like you come down with 8 magazines, and then the reload is like decently quick, so it's like a very good like primary weapon. Like I would bring this gun if I didn't know what else to bring. Like if I was bringing like a really weird like support weapon, I would just bring this, because this primary weapon can deal with a lot of stuff that the game throws at you. So yeah, this shotgun, it's sort of like a gimmick. So it says here like it has both light armor pen and medium armor pen and rounds reload. So what this does is it has 2 modes, shotguns. So it has 2 modes: a humane compliance weapon with 2 separate magazines, one for armor penetrating flechette rounds and one for stun rounds. So during combat, you can sort of like hold down your reload button, and then you can select, do you want to use the stun rounds or do you want to use the medium armor pen rounds. But 90% of the time, I'm just using the medium armor pen flechette rounds. Like yes, 385 is like kind of a lot of damage for a medium armor pen shotgun, and it is quite respectable. I think this is one of the better shotguns in the game. But because the stun rounds, it's like a utility thing. So in my opinion, like it's a very mid weapon. Like some people like it, some people don't. Personally speaking, I don't really use this thing. Like yes, it's medium armor pen, you can kill stalkers with it, you can kill the hive guards with it, and for automatons it's not bad as well. But I would rather just bring that submachine gun. And also there's like other weapons as well that like sort of outclasses this, since this is like sort of a gimmick utility weapon. So yeah. So yeah, Truth Enforcers goes into the B tier, because the submachine gun is good and the armor passive is pretty good. So yeah. So next up, Urban Legends. So Urban Legends, I used to consider like one of the best warbonds, even though it's got like some really very meme support weapon, like stuff that it gives in the warbond, sorry. So this stun lance, so recently they buffed the melee. And this stun lance is like, it's okay. It's the longest range melee weapon, I think, in the game. And so when you hit people with it, like if you hit an overseer once or twice, I think they get stunned. And it does deal like damage. So if you bring like armor passives that like increase melee damage, this thing can be like quite strong. And yes, like technically speaking, it's unlimited ammo and it's medium armor penetrating and it's stun. But like in the grand scheme of things, are you really gonna fight a Bile Titan with this thing? Like you just can't. And then a Factory Strider, you just can't. You just have to run away. Like yes, smaller enemies, it is good because it's technically unlimited ammo. It's just how much stamina you have. But in the grand scheme of things, melee weapons, in my opinion, just aren't that good. Directional shield, yes, this was the shield that I was talking about, the one where you can use with the explosive crossbow and the grenade pistol. So this shield I never really see people bring, but in my opinion, I think it's a straight up upgrade from the ballistic shield backpack, for the fact that you can sort of like in first person view, I think you're like aiming down sights. But I haven't played with this in like quite some time, so don't take my word for it. But it's like, when it comes to automatons, you've just got like a much bigger shield, and it can stop like those Devastator rockets as well. So it's like quite okay. It's not bad, but I wouldn't consider this like a must bring. It's more of a gimmick than anything else. But why I would consider this, people get this Warbond, is because of this armor passive, Siege Ready. Increase reload speed of primary weapons by 30%. Increase ammo capacity of all weapons by 20%. So does not affect a weapon backpack. So if, like, let's say I call down a heavy machine gun, it only comes down with 2 magazines. If I'm wearing this armor, I get 3. I basically get an extra mag. and it's really strong. So if I bring the heavy machine gun and the support backpack, like I basically can get a lot of value if I'm using the heavy machine gun, or even the rail gun, or even the anti-material rifle. So forever, like primary weapons and of all like whatever weapons it is, you get like extra 20% ammo. But of course it doesn't work for like auto cannons and stuff, because auto cannon, it has their own like reload. It's not part of like the ammo count. It's a backpack. So yeah. And this as well, this anti-tank emplacement, if you're playing those defense, like any defense mission, just purely because of this stratagem, I consider this Warbond like A tier or S tier. And so in my opinion, actually you can bring this anti-tank emplacement for whatever engagement, whatever mission, but you just have to remember that you need to bring sort of a defensive stratagem as well. So you get 30 shots in this thing, and it can take down factory striders, Vox engines, and like basically anything, because it's like anti-tank, and it does like a shit ton of damage. Like for the automaton dropships, you just shoot them 2 times in the engines and they go down. For hulks, I think you shoot them like once in the eye. If it's like a direct hit, they might probably go down. And then for the tanks as well, if you shoot the back, the weak spot, like they go down. But if you're shooting the front, I think it's like 3 to 4 shots. So like this thing is very efficient for automatons. And like you can just shoot this at a far range. You can, if you have like a good, if the terrain is good, depending on, so this stratagem depends on the map. If your terrain is good, it's very mountainous terrain, and you're overlooking like this valley, and you see a lot of enemies and objectives, you can just throw this down, and while your team is doing the objective, you can support them. And it's just very strong. It just kills things. It's anti-tank, and it's got like a decent cooldown. But of course the downside is you're immobile. You kind of have to stay at this thing and shoot it, and if anything comes up behind you, like for terminates, I don't recommend bringing this thing. But just because this thing is so good for illuminates and automatons, I rank this like S tier immediately, like A tier. I would just say A tier. Yeah. And this is a meme, but this emote actually does damage. I just don't know how much damage, but this kick can actually like be used as a last resort sort of melee weapon if you run out of melee option, if you run out of ammo, primary and secondary. But yeah, this Warbond Urban Legends, it's like hovering around A tier and S tier, but personally speaking, I wouldn't say it's like a must-have. So I put it in A tier. It's good, but it's like not as good as Democratic Detonation. Like nothing can ever beat out Thermites with like all explosive weapons and grenade pistol. Like nothing. Democratic Detonation is so OP. So next, Servants of Freedom. So for Servants of Freedom, I would consider this like a B or A tier. The only reason why I'd say that is because of this portable Hellbomb backpack. So there are 2 ways you can play this thing. You can play this thing with the armor passive, where you have a 50% chance to like not die when taking lethal damage, which is kind of insane honestly, because the Hellbomb explodes and you still survive. Or you can play this the proper way, you know, where you see a stratagem jammer, you can't call down your stuff, but you have this backpack. So all you need to do, instead of just disabling, like, you know, doing the terminal at the stratagem jammer or the detector tower, you just run up to them in automatons. You just press this thing, you press 5 to activate your backpack, or on desktop you press 5 on your keyboard. You activate your backpack, and within like I think 10 seconds, I'm not sure, but within that like given amount of time, it like just explodes. It does its Hellbomb explosion and you complete the objective. So it's really good. It's very strong, very good objective oriented sort of stratagem. It's very good for taking out stratagem jammers. You can use it to take out those gunship facilities, and you can even use this to take out like those like main objectives as well. So I consider, just because of how good this Hellbomb backpack is, I consider this like in like A tier. Now, ultimatum, to me personally, I won't use this a lot because I tend to bring pistols or like, you know, other like grenade pistols or like secondary weapons that can kind of be used in close range. For this weapon, if you don't know that you're bringing this and you shoot this at close range, 90% of the time you're gonna team kill and you're also gonna die. But this is very good at taking out factory striders and tanks, and if you're in a hairy situation and you use this thing properly, it's a high skill ceiling type of weapon. But if you use this thing properly, it can really save you, because with a pistol you gotta like aim and shoot. This thing, if you play with this a lot, you know a trajectory, you just shoot into a group of enemies, then you get 10 to 15 kills. Yeah, it can like really save you. And this thing can like also, I think, do like a lot of objectives, but mainly what this thing is used for is like killing factory striders and tanks and like those fabricators. So yeah, or turrets as well. So yeah, but I wouldn't get this warbond for the double-edged sickle. I think, in my opinion, double-edged sickle is a complete like downgrade. Like, depending on the situation, this laser gun, or like, it's just a complete downgrade from the normal sickle. Why do I say that? Is because, like, yes, there is no reload, there's no heat sink, but it, like, yeah, it has like heavy armor pen and heat, but this sets you on fire. And even if you prone and you shoot this thing while you're on fire, unless you have the Freedom's flame armor, chances are you're gonna die really, really fast with this. And then you're gonna have to stim, and this just eats a lot of stim. And then, like, if you're at the heavy armor pen level of like shooting this gun, you're gonna like take so much damage, it's just like not worth shooting it. Like, medium armor pen, you're like already taking some fire damage. It's just like, yeah, that's why it's called double-edged sickle, because you're just taking so much fire. It's just not worth, in my opinion. In a lot of situations, like, yes, unlimited ammo, but unlimited ammo at the cost of stims, in my opinion, it's just not worth it. Yeah, but this warbond easily gets, where are you, yeah, easily gets an A tier. Very easy A tier, just because of Hellbound backpack. And so next, Borderline Justice. So for Borderline Justice, some people swear by this secondary weapon. Like, they just think it's even better than primary weapons of the game, and I can see why. It's a laser weapon. It basically has no recoil, and it's heat. It's one-headed, medium armor penetrating, and actually, technically speaking, if you use this thing correctly, there is no reload. It's like a Star Wars blaster. So if you just shoot slow enough, you never have to reload this thing. And it's medium armor pen with 200 damage. Some people would just say this is the best weapon, like outclasses primary weapons in the game, and I can see why. Some people swear by this. It's very strong. And yeah, I would consider getting this warbond just because of this. Like, this talent, it just helps you in, like, you can bring this to anything. Terminates, illuminates, and automatons, and it just does well in all the fronts. And because it has no recoil, you can kind of land very easy follow-up shots, and it's so easy to use. And if you spam this thing, you come with like 3 heat sinks. So it's like, if you spam it into like an enemy, maybe if you panic spam, you technically still have unlimited ammo, because like, as long as you shoot slow enough, you never run out of ammo. So this thing is just so strong. Sample extractor, in my opinion, like, once you max out everything, this is basically useless. And then some more, if you're like, you know, grinding other warbots and you're still farming the samples and you're farming super credits and whatnot, like, this thing can help you maybe, but it's like such a niche thing. And unless you're playing Super Helldive and then you really are like on the high levels, like difficulty 7 to 10, and you really are like getting all the samples, I just don't recommend this thing. There's just other things to help you out in combat, unless there's a newbie and then he needs samples, he needs like to upgrade his ship modules. Like, yeah, then this is not bad, but once you've like upgraded everything, this is kind of bad. But if you want to help new people out, this is okay. Dynamite. So some people like really like this. So if you throw this next to a automaton fabricator, it does like actually destroy it. It's like heavy armor pen with 1000 damage. So you don't actually need to like throw it inside the fabricator. You can kind of just throw it next to it, and this thing can destroy hulks and tanks as well. But it's the fuse time is like really slow on even the fastest fuse time. And it's like more often than not, when you throw this, enemies are like just gonna run at you. So you're gonna throw this at your feet, and if you throw this thing wrongly, you get knocked down while you're like throwing it. Nah, yeah, you're kind of dead. Well, unless you run away from it. But most of the time when this thing explodes, it's got like a decent explosion radius, and and it's got like decent damage. Like, it's not bad. Like, for Annihilator tanks and those Shredder tanks, if they don't move, like if you throw two of these behind them at the heat sinks, like yes, they can kind of die. But other than that, I would consider this like the best sort of throwing grenade in the game. So R6 Deadeye, it's not a bad weapon. It's rounds reload. But more often than not, if you're encountering a lot of enemies, this thing, and if you spam this thing, you have like kind of a long reload, but it's not bad. Like, you can two-shot the what do you call it, those warriors, those terminate warriors. Like, if you shoot them twice, they go down. Like, they're just not gonna attack you. And then also, I think for the alpha commanders, this thing, if you shoot 3 to 4 times, like they start to die really fast. But then, like, you gotta remember, when you shoot 3 to 4 times, you gotta like reload each bullet at the same time. And that's where the siege ready armor passive comes in. Like, this thing just, like, that armor passive helps a lot with this weapon. But even then, I was like, this weapon is like okay as a primary marksman rifle. It's not bad, but you only get like 8 shots, so every shot counts. But it's 300 damage, so like it's kind of high DPS. If you spam this all into one target, it's not bad. Like, you can bring it for automatons, but it's like if you have to reload all 8, it really takes you out of fight, and then like it's inconvenient. But I guess there's a round reload. Like, so if you shoot everything, you just load one and you shoot, load one and you shoot. Like, it's okay, but more often than not, you kind of want to load a few and then shoot a few, load a few and shoot a few, because they're just enemies like berserkers that just require a few more follow-up shots to like go down. But all things considered, this Warbond is a solid, I would say a solid B tier. Borderline Justice, solid B tier. Now, next Warbond, Masters of Ceremony. So for this Warbond, objectively speaking, it's a garbage Warbond. Like, you're really only gonna get this because you like the drip, you like the cape. The cape is cool, the drip is cool, the helmet is cool, the armor is cool, you know? The cape is cool. I mean, heck, you go into battle with a freaking French cavalry saber. But all things considered, like, it gives you a freaking support weapon, one true flag. Like, it's medium armor pen, you kind of call it down, and then that's really all you do. You go into battle with this, and it takes up a support weapon slot. More often than not, this is a meme. If, like, you would never see anyone bring this to like the Gloom or Cyberstand unless they were like dead serious, like that they were gonna use this thing and try to like do a challenge run, or that they're just like trolling. Like, because this is just a waste of, like, objectively speaking, this is a waste of a support weapon slot. And then like sample scanner is also like kind of useless. Like, pyrotech is okay. Like, for terminates, it comes with 6, so if you have the helipod optimization, you drop with 6. So you, like, on paper, you can destroy like 6 bug holes, 6 automaton fabricators, because it's a throwable grenade. Like, it's not bad. And then it also sort of leaves this fire thing, like, it leaves like a trail of fire. It's essentially like those spinning fireworks. so it like can be good for terminates, and I have used this thing to like in automatons, and it has like done well against berserkers and like sometimes even factory striders. Like it can do well. Like this thing can kill factory striders, but I think you have to throw like 4 or 5 to like kill one factory strider. So it's very inefficient, but it can. I think I haven't like actually done it in a long time, but I've seen videos of it. Well, other than that, objectively speaking, like R2 amendment, yes, 20 rounds, 200 damage, light armor pen. It's not bad. Like if everything was light armor pen, this would be a very high DPS weapon. Like because you can kind of spam the trigger, and this thing is very efficient. But the reload is a bit on the slower side, and then also like you've already got the diligence marksman rifle, which does 165, and I think it's like 25 rounds. So like all speaking, like yes, this has more DPS but less ammo count, so it's like similar. So I wouldn't like get this weapon. Like it's comparable, both of them are comparable, and I think if you want to get this warbond, it's just for the drip. I mean, yeah, it's really all just for the drip, and it's for the, objectively speaking, it's the worst warbond. So automatically this is just going to be D tier. Like, and if there was a tier below, like yeah, this would just be D tier. So next, Force of Law. Force of Law, it's also going to be in the D tier. Now why do I say that? It's because this Arc Dog, like yes, if you're playing solo, like if you're playing Super Helldive and you split up from your team, this can save you, but also this can like kill you because it arcs to enemies, and then sometimes you get unlucky and it arcs to you. It actually does like a lot of damage, and then if you're wearing medium or light armor, you probably just get one shot, and then it's like, hey, what the hell? And then you realize your Arc Dog killed you, your Guard Dog killed you, and then it's just so bad. And this Urchin, so it's sort of like the Thermite, but instead of doing the Thermite thing, it just pulses and it just stuns like enemies around. So like if you throw this at a Hulk, it just stuns them. But like what's the point? Like the Hulk is still gonna be alive once this stun duration runs out. So then like why even bring this thing? It's so bad. It doesn't clear anything, it doesn't kill anything, it's basically useless. This de-escalator, like it's okay. It can kill Hulks. It's medium armor pen. Like it can kill Hulks if you shoot the eyes of the Hulk. I think if you shoot 4 to 5 times, it can destroy a Hulk if there's nothing around, or maybe even if there's a few things around. But it's a very, I would consider this like quite underrated, especially if you bring it to automatons or illuminates. It can be a very like sort of hybrid damage slash CC weapon, because it does deal like kind of a lot of damage. You actually can team kill with this thing. Like a lot of people think this just stuns, but actually if you don't use this thing properly, you can actually like team kill. So I would highly recommend to like practice with this thing a few times before, or like see whether there's like allies in front of you before you shoot, because if there's a big group of people, it really does chain to a lot of like enemies. And especially for terminates, this thing can be quite good as well. So I would consider this like a decent option. If you just don't know what support weapon to bring, you can kind of bring this and you will find some success with it. Like it's not bad, but in my opinion, like the armor passive sucks. The stun pods are a meme. Like you only bring stun pods to like troll your team, because they have to like run away from the whatever hell pod that they're calling in. And yeah, it's just a meme. And this assault rifle, it's, in my opinion, I think it's like not that good. Like yes, it's medium armor pen. Like yeah, you can say, oh, this thing's got like 40 rounds to 55 damage, but like all things considered, this assault rifle only 55 damage, 40 rounds, medium armor pen and stun. So this is basically meant as a CC weapon. even the Liberator Concussive does more damage. But because this has a medium armor pen, which means it does like durable damage, so technically speaking, it does more damage automatons. Like, it's more useful. It does do more CC. It makes life easier, but it eats up more ammo, and it's just overall a weaker weapon. So even though it's medium armor pen, like, yes, you can just aim at whatever and shoot, it's not like, it's one of the lowest DPS weapons in the game. And more often than not, like, the 40 rounds is just not enough. And especially with the magazine count that you get, even if you spawn with like 8 mags, this gun still is like not great. It's not good, it's not great, and I think it's just outclassed by so many other assault rifle or weapons in the game, especially that reprimand, that SMG. I think that SMG is just way better than this gun. Like, yes, this gun has bullet velocity, it's an assault rifle, but it's only 55 damage. I gotta shoot like 3 bullets into an enemy to do like the same amount of damage as that submachine gun. So in my opinion, this is just like, it's an easy like D tier. Like, it's a warbond that I wouldn't get. Like, it's okay, but it's not something that I would just get right off the bat. So yeah. Next is Control Group. And Control Group, the only real reason you would get this thing is for this warp pack. As you can see here, it is the best mobility support backpack in the game. It travels faster than the standard lift pack that you get, the standard jet pack, and it's sort of got like a shorter cooldown. But if you spam it too much, you take damage, and if you spam it like that 3 times in a row, the thing explodes and you die. But you know, no one's ever gonna spam this so much until, like, you're never gonna need so much mobility in one go that you're gonna like ever spam like 3 teleports in a row. At max, you're gonna like spam 2. So what you do is you just wait for the cooldown and then you go again, and it's way faster than a lift pack. So the only reason why I would get this Warbond is for this. But because this is such a good mobility, like, it can be, the distance traveled can like be comparable to the FRV, the fast recon vehicle, and that says a lot. Like, this, you know, you can go around, do stuff, you can dodge enemies, you can, like, yeah, it's just a very strong backpack overall. Now this arc grenade, I don't think, I've only used it a few times, and I've never threw it into an automaton fabricator, so I have no idea whether it destroys it or not. But I know this like sort of bounces around. So when you throw this thing, it bounces around enemies, and then like it like pulses arcs, it damages and stuns them. So this can also potentially team kill as well. It's quite damaging, and it lasts for like quite a long time, like a good 10 to like 15 seconds. And it randomly bounces based on terrain. So it's like quite a freaking dangerous grenade, like to the enemies and to yourself. But because this doesn't have utility of like destroying bug holes or fabricators or even like those illuminate ships, so it's mid. Like, it's okay, like, it's not bad like for CC, but there's just other stuff for CC, you know. Like, it's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. So next is the laser sentry, and like, compared to all the other sentries in the game, the ones that you get in like the base game, this laser sentry, if there are just too many enemies around, it'll just keep shooting, eventually overheat, and then it'll just explode. So like, I just feel like, what's the point of bringing this? Because the whole point of having a sentry is for you to hold an area, and if this just is gonna like keep shooting at all the enemies and then explode, and then like, yes, it does like heavy armor pen, like it can kill hulks and blah blah blah, but the time that this is alive is just not long enough to justify bringing this sentry. So yeah, I wouldn't bring it. And the variable is like, okay, it's a very unique weapon. So it's like a volley assault rifle. So what this does is it has a let's see, special weapons. So what this does is it has like a volley with 3 different firing modes and different RPM options. So if you go with the full volley and you shoot like all 49 at once, if you shoot at the charger's back, I think it's an instant one shot if everything lands. But also, like, you get knocked down when you shoot this, and also there's the burst. So like you shoot like I think six bullets in a row. It's not bad. Like technically on paper, if you land every shot, like it's good. It's technically like a shotgun. Like it's good for terminates if you're dealing with like stalkers and whatnot. But for automatons, the ammo, I won't recommend using the volley or anything because it's light armor pen, number one. And number two, it's like it's niche. It's a good gun. If you know how to use it, it's good, but it's light armor pen. Like it's a lot of DPS, but it's also very situational and it's very finicky. Like you gotta keep holding down R to swap all the modes and stuff. So like if you like it. I don't like it personally speaking. So yeah. But all things considered, I would like, just because of how good this backpack is, it's like a high like A or S tier. The armor passive is like not that great. So basically what this does is if you die, if all your health goes to 0, you don't die. You remain alive for like maybe 5 to 10 seconds. And then like in that duration you can like continue fighting and then you'll die. But like I just think that's like not optimal. Like it's like not that good all things considered, because like you can't solo stuff and blah blah. And then if you die, it's like dang, maybe like there's too many enemies or you weren't aware. So yeah. But the epoch is good. Recently this support weapon got buffed, and the thing about this support weapon is it's like the railgun. If you charge it too long, as you can see in the video, it kills you. But this weapon, there's the non-charge fire and the charge fire. So the non-charge fire is like very underwhelming, but the charged fire, when you hear the cue and you see the flash, and then when you shoot, like it really does a lot of DPS, and it can take out like hulks and a lot of like bigger targets. It is heavy armor pen, but the thing is with this weapon, it's a charge up. So if a hulk is running to you, or if there's a tank shooting at you, you have to like charge and aim this at them for like a few seconds and then shoot. And then if you charge it too long, you explode and then you die because the weapon explodes. So it's very situational, but it's a high skill stealer weapon. So if you know how to use this thing, it's really good. And it doesn't come with a support weapon backpack, which just gives this thing more value as a support weapon, because it's like you can bring the supply pack and you can bring this and you can refill the ammo. So it's like quite strong. Or you could bring this teleporter backpack, or you could bring like whatever backpack and bring this, and you would still do well in a lot of missions. So yeah, this Warbond is like a solid A tier in my opinion. A tier. Now depending on some people, like, oh, the Warp Pack is like so good, it's like S tier, but to me it's still an A tier. The Warp Pack is good, but I think in my personal opinion, the Warbond doesn't have like enough things to justify it being like in S tier, like Democratic Detonation. So yeah. So the Halo Warbond. So this is a legendary Warbond, sort of like the Killzone Warbond. And all things considered, it's really good. Like I'll put this in A tier. It gives you a lot of stuff, and with the stuff that it gives you, you can play a lot of modes. So this armor passive here, you can stealth with it, where it makes 50% less noise when moving. So basically you can sort of run past enemies when you're behind them and they won't notice you, which is really good for terminates and automatons. I think for illuminates as well, you can like run past a lot. Yeah, and also the Halo armor is just really cool. I mean, dude, it's a Halo and Helldivers collab. Like that's crazy. It's PlayStation and like Sony. I mean like Xbox and Sony. That's crazy. Then also the Helldivers, sorry, the Halo assault rifle. So this thing is 90 damage and 32 round capacity with 640 rounds. So like, it's not bad, but more often than not, you're going to be reloading. Like, yes, it's quite high damage. For medium armor pen, 90 damage, it is quite a lot of damage, and you can kind of aim and shoot this thing at whatever, but your reload, if you run completely empty, is very long. Like, I think it's like 2 to 3 seconds. So like, it is quite a long reload, and I really don't recommend like shooting all your bullets. I recommend like shooting until like 4 or 3 and then reloading, because the reload is significantly shorter if you do that. And also in your first person view, you get like that Halo assault rifle view. You don't get the aim down sight normally. And also this Warbond, like, it just like all the armors, just it's a stealth armor. And then also because it has stealth armor, it has the ODSC SMG. And this SMG it's really cool. It's got a lot of gimmicks, but also it's one-handed and it's suppressed with also like 90 damage and 48 rounds. It's like actually not bad, and it actually makes the like, it's one of the best SMGs when it comes to DPS in my opinion, and it's suppressed. So if you like, even with like the non-stealth armors, if you shoot this, enemies will like, it's hard to notice you basically. And this shotgun is also really good. It's actually one of the highest damaging shotgun. I'll consider this the best like light armor pen shotgun. So against stalkers, it's like really good. Like, it just destroys them. Like, if you shoot them 3 times, I think they go down. So it's very good, and it's like 6 rounds in the chamber, 600 damage. It's like you shoot twice and it's like 1002. Very strong. But it's only light armor pen. But overall, if you want a very strong shotgun, this is very strong. And also you get a very good suppressed pistol. I think this is the only suppressed right now. It's the only suppressed pistol in the game. So if you want to do like a completely stealth build, stealth like sort of like you want to play the commando missions, you can bring this, and then yeah, like basically you can shoot and enemies won't notice, especially with the stealth armor. So yeah, Halo Warbond is yeah, is deserving of A tier. So next, Dust Devils. So Dust Devils, everyone will get Dust Devils because of this assault rifle, Coyote. Incendiary, medium armor pen, 75 damage and 45 round capacity with 600 rate of fire. So everyone would say this is the best assault rifle in the game because you don't need to think. Medium armor pen, terminates come at you, just shoot. Automatons, oh, I can't aim, you know. You just shoot in their general direction, or you just shoot at the Devastators. Maybe you shoot their arm off or what, but they will go down. And then it has like ticking incendiary damage as well. So it is very, very strong. In my opinion, this is the best assault rifle because on paper the DPS may like not seem that much, 75, but because it also has like the incendiary damage, it's just the DPS is a lot higher than people think, and it's just really strong with 600 rate of fire, 45 rounds per magazine. It is like one of the strongest assault rifles in the game. So yeah, like, I would just get this Warbond just because this assault rifle exists. But also, not just that, you get a spear gun. It's anti-tank, and it also has gas. So the spear gun is one of the better like non-backpack support weapons in my opinion, because what this does is when a charger is like charging at you, and if you shoot them in the head, they just stop their charge. And also has gas, so it's like a CC weapon. Can destroy automaton fabricators because it's like explosive. When that gas explosion that you see, like it explodes and actually like can destroy like fabricators and bug holes, and also illuminate ships as well. And not just that, it's like CC for like the Bile Titans as well. You can like shoot them in the head and they'll get like mini stunned. And for stalkers as well, like this spear gun just helps you like crowd control and also deal like anti-tank damage a lot as well. It is one of the best support weapons in my opinion. Something that is like not fully like explosive anti-tank, like something that one doesn't like really like isn't super efficient in everything, but what it does really well. Expendable napalm is like kind of mid, like it's okay for terminates. It's like the expendable anti-tank. It's just this one is I think it's light armor pen, like it doesn't pen anything, and then it just like has these small napalm clusters that you can see in the video. So yeah. And then the solo silo, this thing is like finicky to use. Like yeah, you can use this to like destroy things from far range. Like yes, enemies don't like aggro this thing, but all things considered, you gotta call this thing down. It's like a 500, it's almost the same like a 500 kg. And then if you stand next to it and you shoot, you get knocked back, and then when you get knocked back, you get knocked down, you drop this targeting pistol, and then when you drop targeting pistol, your rocket just goes to the location. You can't control it anymore. So it's like it takes skill to use, and it just requires so much setup that in super Helldive, unless you had like a lot of setup and you were in a coordinated team, I wouldn't recommend bringing this. But nonetheless, it's like not bad. Like if you do cool montages with this, like cool, but all things considered, it's like quite hard to use. It's like not practical on the field, in my opinion. And the cooldown also, it's like yeah, 154 seconds. But like that's because of my ship modules. Yeah, but because of like just this assault rifle and in my opinion this spear gun, and also the armor passive is really good. Like 40% resistance to fire, gas, acid, and electrical damage. Increased throwing range by 20. So if you like want to siege like those automaton bases from a bit further, this armor passive is also pretty good. And then like generally speaking, fighting in this armor just helps you survive a lot more, especially those dragon roaches. Yeah. So in my opinion, this Warbond deserves to be in S tier. Python Commandos, it's like in my opinion, it's like complete garbage. This thing is just D tier. So when Python Commandos came out, we all saw the maxi gun. We're like, oh my gosh, minigun in Helldivers 2, and then oh, it's only medium armor pen, and then you only get 750 rounds like in the backpack, and you empty this so fast, and you cannot move and shoot this thing. Objectively speaking, like yes, you put a lot of lead down range for terminates. It's like good. I won't say it's the best. I would say it's good because there's the grenade launcher backpack, and that thing is just so freaking OP. Well, it's OP because you can kind of bring it to anywhere and have success with, you know, anything. You can like empty it at a Bile Titan, and eventually that Bile Titan will go down with the grenade launcher backpack. So yeah, maxi gun where you have to like stand still and shoot. You can't like, you have to literally stop the wind up, and then only you can dive to prone, and then you only have 750 rounds, and then it's only medium armor pen. And in automatons, it's like not that good. Like for illuminates, it's okay. A lot of things can't deal with this kind of thing. Like yes, you can take down harvesters with it, but because of like how situational and niche this is, I wouldn't rank this support weapon high on my list, and therefore I wouldn't like rank this Warbond very high. I mean, like dude, defoliation tool is a freaking meme. Like yes, when it came out, it on paper it is the highest damaging like melee weapon, but it's a freaking support weapon, takes a support slot, and like are you really gonna run up to a Bile Titan and like start using this? Like I'm not. Like objectively speaking, I'm not gonna do it, but like I know some people will. And then also this ARGL 2121. So the gimmick of this assault rifle is, and I'll admit this is not bad, like it's actually a pretty decent assault rifle. 95 damage with 40 round capacity is pretty good. Like I would say this thing can contend with the Tenderdizer, especially with the 40 round capacity. Like it's pretty good. And then also it comes with a under barrel grenade launcher, so you get like 3 grenades. So it's sort of assault rifle combined with utility. But the thing is, with this assault rifle, your weapon sway, your ergonomics is way noticeably slower. So if you want to use this thing, you kind of have to like really like it's a lot slower. It'll feel like you're using a machine gun because it's a lot heavier. But with all things considered, if you know how to use this gun, it's not bad. But because it's light armor pen with a grenade launcher, it's just okay. It's like I wouldn't get this Warbond. And then also like all of like just because of maxi gun, and just because of like defoliation tool is a meme, objectively speaking, and maxi gun is like okay, but in my opinion this Warbond is just, it belongs in D tier, because at least in like Polar Patriots the weapons are okay for chemical agents. But then, you know, like the maxi gun is kind of useful for illuminates and terminates, so maybe it belongs in the C tier. But defoliation tool is a meme. And then yeah, like at least there's some good stuff that comes out from this Warbond. So yeah, this is a C tier. So next up on the list is a Killzone. So when Helldivers 2 kind of came out, I think midway through its like last year or something, there was in the superstore you could get the Killzone weapons, and then it was super expensive. Like I think it was 600 super credits for just like that assault rifle. So yeah, but anyone that owns anything from that played, I think during like that owns any of the weapons, I forgot already exactly how you get this Warbond, but anyone that spent I think super credits buying weapons or whatnot from that Warbond, they'll just get this Warbond for free, I think. And then you get this SCA 11. Honestly, this Warbond is really just for the weapons. I think this accelerator rifle is like mid. It's okay, like it's usable, but it's very situational, it's very niche. It's quite high DPS, but then every time you use it, you kind of had to reload. Like it's a shoot once, reload kind of weapon, even though it's... Wait. Actually, I'm not sure. I haven't used this thing in a long time, but I know they buffed this rifle. This sort of like energy based. It used to be a sniper rifle. Remember they buffed it, and it used to be like pretty like alright. Like it could kill a lot of stuff, a lot of DPS, especially in automatons. This thing shreds. But I never tried like bringing this thing as my primary weapon, so I have no idea. Like in my opinion, because I usually just like to use the SMG and the assault rifle. So the SMG actually is one of the easier to use SMG. Why I say that is because it's easier to use in the night. It's got a low rate of fire, it's got less recoil, it's got the same damage, and like yes, it's got like less bullets, I think by a few. But the night you can upgrade it to the 60 round magazines, while this you can only get like the fixed 48. But all things considered, this is like an okay SMG. Like it's not bad, you can bring it, it's okay, it's one-handed. But the assault rifle, it's okay, it's like mid, you know. The armor is also like mid. Like it's okay, it helps you survive, it looks cool. It's, you know, Killzone definitely has a drip, but it's mid. The assault rifle, 90 damage, 56 rounds. I admit 56 rounds is like a lot for an assault rifle. And if you know how to shoot this thing, you can kind of conserve a lot of ammo and be very efficient with it. And it's also kind of a lot of DPS. The rate of fire is decent. But apart from that, everything about this Warbond is just mid. Like it doesn't give you a support weapon, it just gives you armors, and then, you know, this, and you know, all around this Warbond is like C tier. Like it can't be as bad as like Force of Law. Force of Law is like garbage, you know. Like all these down here, like arguably they're all like garbage. Okay, next. Redacted Regiment. So recently I've been playing a lot with the stealth armors, as you can see. And also I've been playing a lot with the Sensor, which is a suppressed light armor, marksman with the pistol. And I've been changing my mind on this Warbond. I mean, recently they also buffed the C4 pack as well. So the C4 pack is actually very good, but it's also like a bit clunky to use. So this thing can like one-shot chargers. I think if you throw 2 or 3 of these C4 under Factory Strider, they just go down. I think it's 2, but to be safe, I always just throw a third one. The Factory Striders just instantly die. So the C4 pack, it comes with 6 in a pack. It's really strong. You can take down hulks, tanks, and whatnot. But the dangerous part about this is you gotta run up to them and like sort of like you gotta throw this like a grenade, and it sticks to them. So it's like kind of like Battlefield, but it's really strong. It's a lot of damage and it's anti-tank, and it's a very stealth thing because no one like knows you're throwing C4 on them. So yeah, I've tried to use this lure mine a bit, but honestly speaking, this lure mine, it's like if there's enemies around you, you really don't want to throw this thing because this thing has quite a big explosive radius and it's anti-tank. It like does 1000 damage, and if you're wearing the stealth armor and you throw this around, chances are very high that you'll just die. So this is more of like a proactive tool. You kind of have to like think, okay, I'm gonna put this down here and where enemy's gonna go. But usually in Helldivers, the patrols are sort of like random. Terrain is random, so you can't really like plan with this thing. You kind of just throw it somewhere and hope it works. But nonetheless, it's like 1000 like damage and it's anti-tank. So it can, like, if you throw this on a Hulk, like I think it can kill them, but I've never really tried. Concealed insertion is actually not bad. Like, smoke is very underrated in this game. The only reason we use it is because automatons are fucking bullshit and we don't want to get like absolutely shredded. So we call down orbital smoke strike or eagle smoke strike, and so it like blinds them. They can't see us in the smoke. And so this kind of does the same thing, but with like hell pods. So it's like you're not really trolling your teammates, but it's also like somewhat helpful as well. So yeah. Then you get all the stealth armors. And these armors are just straight up an upgrade from the Halo armors. But the Halo armor, what you do have is you're immune to leg injury. So if you do get leg injury in Halo armor, at least when you're fighting, there's still something useful to keep you in the fight. But this one is just complete like stealth armor. If you were like shooting loud, if you're going loud in this armor, like these passives are just useless. Like, don't even bother. But if you were like stealthing the entire mission, then this is the best armor to like get. So it's a very 50-50. So if you're playing like a commando mission and everyone just stealth and run past everything, it is like literally the best armor. So next we have the suppressor. In my opinion, this is like a very underwhelming assault rifle. Only does 80 damage. If this did like I think 90 damage, it would be really strong, because then it would like one tap those devastators in the heads. But then again, like, it's 45 rounds, and also the bullet velocity is very slow because it shoots subsonic ammo, so it's noticeable. It's not as slow as like the Reprimand, but it is noticeably slow. So yeah, but it is suppressed. So if you're playing like those commando missions and they're light armor pen enemies, it's not bad. But I think, in my opinion, the sensor just outclasses it. It's 165 damage, and you can one shot the devastators, and you can take out a lot of stuff without them noticing. So yeah, I mean, it's got 20 rounds. Usually, if you aim well with this gun and you land all your headshots or automatons, and you stealth, you know, because you can kind of bring this even to a non-stealth mission, and it would also do pretty well. I think overall this is just the better weapon than the suppressor, but I get it, you know, this game, we got the Liberator, which is a bullpup. Now we want sort of like a standard configuration assault rifle, and this kind of has it with the charging handle in the rear like the M4. So next we have the P35 Re-Educator. Now, personally speaking, I don't use this thing at all, because all it really does is like it does the same thing as gas. It just confuses them. But more often than not, when they get confused, they'll probably like call down reinforcements, and it's just like even worse. It's because, like, yes, I think this was supposed to be like a Metal Gear Solid reference where you shoot them and they're supposed to go to sleep, but this doesn't put them to sleep. This just causes them to like become confused. Like, yes, this does damage, but then at the same time, it's like there's already that suppressed pistol, and I just think that suppressed pistol just outclasses this completely. So yeah, I wouldn't bring this. But this light armor stealth is one of the best stealth armors in the game. This armor, you can just run past so many enemies, it's like not even funny. It's so strong. And if you bring like fully suppressed with C4 backpack, and if you play well and you play properly, you can do a lot of objective without even having to fire a single bullet. So yeah, it's a very good, in my opinion, it's quite high on the tier list, but it will never be as good as Democratic Detonation, so it's an easy A tier for me. So finally, we have Siege Breakers, and this, it's a no-brainer. This just belongs in S tier. Why do I say this belongs in S tier? First, you get the belt-fed grenade launcher. So it comes with a backpack. So I think you get 100 rounds. No, you do. You can close bug holes. But more importantly, this is heavy armor pen. So what this allows you to do, so unlike the autocannon where you have to shoot like 5 times and then reload, because if you shoot up all your autocannon 10 bullets, you have like quite a long reload. For this, you can just keep shooting. You empty out all your 100 bullets, you call down a resupply, and then you just keep shooting. And yes, it is closer range, but this thing is so strong because of the fact that you don't need to think. You just, there are enemies here, let's just shoot, and you can kill a Bile Titan with this thing. Like I remember me and my friend, we all shot around like 35 to 30. Like I shot 30, he shot 30, that Bile Titan went down. Of course you gotta aim for the head, but because it's heavy armor pen and also it does like explosive damage, it's like a utility plus like DPS, although I admit the DPS is like not as high. Like you gotta shoot a lot to get a lot of DPS, which is not very ammo efficient, but it's just such an easy weapon to use. I could give this to like a level 1, tell them to go and destroy a bug hole. They would just take this and they would understand what they're doing. It's just such a brain-dead weapon. It's so good. You got, of course, the Master Chief Shield. I think this is just more of a gimmick. I mean, it's good, but then you gotta think about whether you want to have an a utility grenade where you can like destroy bug holes and fabricators, or you want a shield. And this shield is really only good for automatons, because automatons are slow and they shoot you from a distance. For Illuminates, there are those overseers that come and melee you, so it's like really not that good. This is more situational, but it's still pretty okay. Like I've seen people bring this to Cyberstan and have some success with it. While there's like the Vox Engine shooting missiles, you can just throw this down, and then yeah, like it really does protect you. And the duration and the radius is not bad. Like 2 people could stand in this and would still be okay. So yeah, it's not bad. Grenade overall, so a premium throwable. And then yes, the leveler. The reason why this is S tier. Can you imagine a 500 kg? Not even a 500 kg. Maybe like, okay, I'm not sure which is better. But it's basically, essentially, it's like either a Hell Bomb sort of level of damage, or it's like a 500k. Although this can't like destroy detector towers or like stratagem jammers, this can like one-shot factory striders. And then for the Vox engines, you shoot this once at them, and then you shoot like at 2 or 3 of the vent. Like I think 2 vents, 1 or 2 vents, and then they'll go down instantly. So yeah, this thing is very strong. And it's got a 120-second cooldown. It's expendable. It's anti-tank. It's just so strong. I mean, the fact that you can one-shot a factory strider with this, it's just so strong. And a 120-second cooldown. And you can carry this with you. When you see a factory strider, just take it out and you shoot. Like, it's one of the best support weapons in the game. There's just no question about it. The armor passive is okay. Like, when they take damage, they gain some stamina provide. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not bad if you're gonna fight. Like, yeah. Trident is just, it is, in my opinion, the best primary weapon in the game. Like, it's just Coyote, Reprimand doesn't even compare. Like, even if it's just light armor pen, this thing shreds stalkers. Like, when I said the shotguns where they shred stalkers, like that Halo shotgun, the M90A, like if you think that shred shotgun, that shreds the stalkers and whatever enemies on Terminates, you haven't like tried using the Trident yet, because this thing, it's energy based, it's heatsink based, and like as long as you don't spam this thing, you never run out. It's technically infinite ammo. And then it like it's like it shoots like 6 lasers, and it's such high DPS, and it comes out instantly. There's no charge up. You just left click, it comes out instantly. You just shoot, it comes out instantly. And it's just for terminates, for anything, for everything, it's so good. And for automatons, like you shoot this once at their heads, they just go down. Like if the laser hits their heads, like you gotta aim a bit, but if the laser hits their heads, they just go down. So I mean, like it's just so good. Like it can be used for close to mid range. I would recommend long range because at that point the spread is too big. But change from that, this is the best primary weapon in the game. There is just no doubt about it. On paper, if everything was just light armor, this trident would just eat everything up. It just shreds. And also it's unlimited ammo. Best primary weapon in the game. Like yes, breaching hammer is a meme, you know. Like I'm pretty sure some of us have watched videos of like people using the breaching hammer and like one-shotting stuff with this. But this can one-shot hulks. Like genuinely speaking, if you run up to a hulk and it misses its melee and you hit this on a hulk, or if you like anything really, like yeah, it one-shots them. Like I'm not sure if it can one-shot the tank. I think maybe it's a 2-shot, but you have to like run up to the tank and hit the weak spot for a 1-shot. Other than that, like even though this is a meme thing and you only get like 7 charges, if you do play this properly with the shield backpack, like it genuinely can be effective. But it's a melee weapon, so like to take down a factory strider, like you can't use this to fight a Bile Titan, nor I don't think you can use this to like try and kill a harvester from the Illuminates. But for a factory strider, if I think you hit the legs a few times, it might go down. And even if you do run out of ammo and you decide to use this thing without the explosive charge, it does like a lot of damage. Like for terminates, it's got like decent range, and you can like whack their heads and then they will like limp and then they will just die. Like it is quite strong as a melee weapon. I think this is the strongest melee weapon in the game. Like even without the explosive, I think this is strong. So it's this Warbond is just easy S tiers, no question about it. Belt fed grenade launcher with leveler and trident, it's just too OP. In my opinion, this is too OP. It's the best Warbond in the game. So yeah, so this is my Helldivers 2 Warbond ranking, and I know I've yapped for like quite some time, but I wanted to do this without any edits, without any retakes, because I don't really know how to use DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, but anyway, if you like this content and if it really helped you, like objectively speaking, like this is as objective as I can do it as a tier list. But you know, I can say like Masters of Ceremony like sucks ass, but hey, if you like that primary weapon or if you like the drip, go and get it, bro. Like the Warbonds are just like extra toys for you to have fun. It's not about like what meta this, what meta that, you know. They're basically just extra stuff, and you can farm super credits. They're just extra toys that you can have. They'll enhance your game experience, which is cool. Like yeah, sure, you can buy super creds, but you can also farm them. And if you take your time to farm them, it's up, you know, it's your super credits, not mine. Spend it how you want. So yeah, all in all, yeah, this is my Helldivers 2 Warbond ranking. And so with that, I'll end it here.